Mutozi, Molibi Habuti, Zain Mulishani, Cynthia Lawrence Mulishani, Guys, I love you too. Lotimun Shamulishan. Thank you. Turimu office lelo. Not to look at journalists. Share, guys. Welcome. Lekeni ndishe kwa karimbo apatulero labantu ba join. Mutozi chwangi Molibi Habuti. Mwakalabuti no bantu mwachoma bwanji. Lekeni ndishe kwa tumuliga wotu basato muyeya we. Machoma. Let's play a patriotic song. Apatulero le labantu bese tientulishe ko kanimbo. Tulishe ko ndwimbo shinalalisha. He said, grab your coffee, grab your water, chiten share. Chiten share apotulelo lela abantu. Sorry. Leken tulishe kwa karimbo. Okay, let's play Ubuntu Ngwa, yes. Ubuntu Ngwa. Welcome, Chiten Share, Tulipano, guys. Let us be patriotic. Yes. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you. Iteni abantu. I'm going to open the phone lines later. You are free to call in. We discuss the gold scandal that is happening in the country, gold mafia scandal that is happening in the country. Welcome. My name is Pumulos Tumbeko. I am a human rights activist for good governance. I know there's some new followers. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. And I just want you to share with somebody. Here, when you come on this page, we are not here to cheerlead or praise sing or sugarcoat anything. We are here to tell the picture as it is. Yes. And whatever I say here, I'm not creating or fabricating anything. Whatever I'm going to share here is based on what is on social media. Yes. And that being said, I am sharing, or we are discussing what is on social media, and what I'm sharing is my opinion. I'm a free citizen of Zambia, and as a free citizen of the world, I have a right to my opinion and political affiliation. That is a disclaimer. So let's get started. Tuambe komunvane na totela sana namba ilekula. This is like, what is happening in a country is the biggest scandal of all time. In our country, we've never had such scandals happening. So, bonsi abantu chiteni share, abantu bafire befire chika muchalo, mutu kaufera, Zambia kaufera, makona zia Zambia kaufera, were de hiba ichitika mujisi. Mutu ulukaila kuzibama kande ya eza haramwa Zambia. Yes. Because my news eza hala, my news stations aluna, always report. They are not reporting the actual things which are happening in the country. So pages such as mine and Queen Cobra, and I also saw like our Groundstone Media, they are also trying to stay on the truth. So it's important to follow pages that are not being greased. Yes. We are seeing a trend in our country where, people are being greased to swing or to preach false narratives. Before I get into my topic, I just want to say that Zambians, be aware. Some of these pages, they are being greased to preach falsehoods. Yes, some of these pages, some of these people talking on these pages, they are being greased to promote agendas of certain political parties or certain people. So follow those pages at your own risk. If you follow those pages, I also follow those pages. I just go there to get information, and from there na sefamo. Mwanfefo ndelanda. If ileshika mu Zambia nomba, insala na ichiramo, insala ka pondo. So abantu, they are doing anything to get a paycheck. Mwamfefo na landa. So balia mule konka balelanda, mule konka abantu balelanda, mule sala mwefe balelanda. Ero napalia mule bakonka. Keep in mind that filia balelanda, bale for mwakulila bale, they are talking to be paid or for a job. So Zambians, mwisuki amen. So we can't be once bitten, twice shy. You know? I can give an example. Iyaba Munsha. Where is Munsha today? I am just giving number ni preamble, you know. What I'm talking here is a preamble before nshirafika muna mankati. Muriashi, before nshirambo kulande yashi. I'm giving you Zambians a preamble. Kwebati, I am a pages ya lelanda. Bambi balelandira mulandu wakalilo, they are being greased, bambi ninchito bale fire. But for Zambia to go to greater heights, for Zambia to end poverty, Zambia's poverty will not end when we listen to people who we know obviously they are doing it to be greasy or for a job. Bamunsha, where is he? We all followed Bamunsha. Bamunsha was key player in swinging the vote to UPND on TV bakwetu. But Bamunsha wanted a job. Where is Bamunsha? After he landed that job, he's quiet. But Bamunsha was there preaching tulandira balanda. The poverty that was happening when Munsha was talking cannot be compared to the poverty that's happening now. So I am just saying here to say Zambians, once bitten, twice shy. Follow some of these social media influencers with your eyes open, eyes wide open. These social media influencers who are here no there, Mailo balelanda tawe, let us go for elections. Mailo balelanda tawe, let us do A, B, C, D. My dears, my people, my Zambian people. Let us not be fooled. Let us not be fooled. So moving to the main topic. My topic here, I'm talking about Kalaba. Ili ashiria Kalaba. Ili ashiria kwa Kasanda. Kasanda at John Massausage Airport. And also I'm going to talk about the disgraced Zimbabwean journalist. Yes, he is disgraced. So, Ilia Shiriaba Kalaba Nalalanda at the end. Ilia Shiriaba Kalaba, I'm going to talk about it at the end. But for now, I am going to start with the John Massausage scandal, which is involving Shadrick Kasanda Kapasa. And I am going to read the letter written by Makebi Zulu advocates, which I'm sure most of you have seen. So I'm just going to read a few paragraphs in this letter. So it is dated 23rd August 2023. The Attorney General, Independence Avenue, Lusaka. Dear Sir, prejudicial press briefing by the Republican President, the continued detention and the breach of law of Shadrick Kasanda. And Makebi Zulu is saying that he has been retained by Mr. Shadrick Kasanda Kapasa to represent him. So this letter, I'll read the first paragraph. On 16th of August 2023, our client was apprehended and detained by the DEC officers as well as Zambia police officers. Following his detention, he was formally charged and arrested for the offense of disposal of property suspected of being proceeds of crime, Section 71, Article 1 of the forfeiture of proceeds of crime. So he was detained. And then paragraph 2 is important. I'll read it. The particulars of offense being that Shadrick Kasanda, Patrick Kawangu, Mulungu Oswa Diamo, and Jim Belemo on the 13th day of August at Lusaka in the Lusaka district, province, blah, 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 jointly, whilst acting together, did dispose minerals which are reasonably suspected with proceeds of crime. Okay, so paragraph number 2 is really important in this letter because it is mentioning 4 names. So the paragraph number 2, it is mentioning 4 names: Shadrick, Patrick, Oswald, and Jim Belemu. But my comment on that is like only Shadrick Kapasa is the only one who has been detained and whose name is going around. Why is Shadrick Kapasa being used as a sacrificial lamb when it was a gang of them? Why? There are 4 people involved. And then we move on. In the letter, it says, okay, I'm just going to read what I really want to comment on. So the paragraph, it says, the last paragraph where it says, in the view of the state's action to proceed the charge and arrest our client in breach of the above law, to the exclusions of named persons behind the whole ordeal, who include non-personnel at State House, who after the ordeal accompanied the Republican president to Angola and despite having returned have not been availed for questioning nor arrested. It is our demand that the state drops the charges forthwith and releases our clients from the unlawful detention, failing which we will be left with no option but to commence proceedings for appropriate remedies, which shall contain full disclosure of the information. So 3 paragraphs are really important here. And this paragraph where it says that some names have been deliberately left out. Some names have been deliberately excluded in the whole ordeal. So Makebi Zulu is saying that there are people who are connected to the State House whose names should be jointly charged. These people should be jointly charged with the Kasanda, Shadrick Kasanda. But Kasanda is charged alone, and then these people, they are connected to State House. So basically, Makebi Zulu is threatening the State House to say, but State House, why have you left out certain names? When the scandal happened, and according to the president, Hakainde, he said that he was in Angola when the scandal happened, which is a lie because the scandal happened on Sunday. So if the president was in Angola when it happened, how come did some of those suspects who were with Kasanda ended up going with the president to Angola? Is that the rule of law? This is where we are saying here to say the hypocrisy of this government. Mulemona hypocrisy of this government. This scandal happened Pashani, pa 13. And then some of these suspects vali pamona Shadrick. And when Shadrick was picked up, Bambina Bashamo, they have not been jointly charged with Shadrick. And then it so happened that some of these people who are jointly charged with Shadrick, instead of being in the cells with the Shadrick, Balia Nabakateka, Kuangola. Like nothing happened. Hello? Like really? Is this the rule of law that the president was preaching when he had that presser? That he even lied to say that he didn't know what was happening. But President, you are the commander-in-chief. You received intel. So pulling that ignorance card will not save you. Mr. Hakainde Ichilema, you get intel. You were informed exactly all the suspects that were involved international suspects and local suspects. So the president, this scandal, immediately it went down by intelligence informed the State House. So the president was aware. What went down, who was involved. He was aware. Actually, he gets real-time information because that's very sensitive. The president was informed immediately it happened because people in his office were involved. So he had to be prepared and be warned right away. President, if so and so is involved. And then the president went ahead to Angola and took some of those suspects with him to Angola. That is running away from the law. First of all, they are harboring criminals. Those criminals, they are not included in this letter. They're summoned or detained. They are not detained together with Shadrick. Shadrick is alone. But there are 4 other suspects who should have been with it. Shadrick, jointly charged. They were together in this. And we are here to expose this and talk to say this government is full of hypocrisy. They preach one thing and say one thing. And I'm here to say you are fooling no one. Mule you fooling afye mwevene. This is the biggest scandal, biggest bust, I think, in Africa. I think the whole world. This scandal is big because you know what makes this scandal big? Because it is tied to the State House. It is tied to people working directly under the president. We don't know if the president is involved, but the president, the people working for the president are involved. That's why this makes it a biggest scandal of our time. Deal with it. You can be in denial whatsoever. This is one of the biggest scandals in the whole world happening right now. So now I come to the other letter which has been written by a French lawyer regarding the Egyptian suspects. I'm going to pull up the letter right now. There is a letter which is trending, written by a French lawyer to the Zambian government regarding the French suspects who are being held from that gold mafia scandal. Anyway, this is just me. The lawyer who wrote that letter regarding those the detainees, the suspects, the crew, and the passengers of that plane, which came from Egypt, they are being detained. And a lawyer from France, French lawyer, wrote a letter, and I'm going to read it just now. I don't really have respect for the French government right now, and anything to do with French, because of, the developing stories, all the news that has come out in the open about what French is doing to its colonies in West Africa. So this is just my opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. The French lawyer wrote that the letter to the Zambian government, but you know what? I have lost respect for the French government, because they are hypocrites. They are treating African countries to worse than slavery. That is a story for another day. But I am going to talk about that later. Let me read a few sentences of that letter from the French government to the Zambian government. A French law firm wrote to the Zambian government. And the Zambian, that letter is posted on the Zambian Observer. You can read it. French law firm accuses Zambia of violation of human rights and detaining in-transit private plane, aircraft, and crew. That is the charge. A French law firm accuses Zambia of violating human rights by detaining in-transit private aircraft and crew. A French law firm based in France, Veil and Associates, has accused Zambia of committing a major violation of its own constitution in the detention of an in-transit private aircraft, its crew, and 8 passengers. The law firm's founding lawyer, Anthony Bay, has therefore, in a statement issued on Friday, demanded the immediate release of the detainees due to poor living conditions. The French lawyer is saying, release these detainees because our Zambian government, we are violating our own institution, our own constitution by illegal detention. I'm just going to read a few things that I want to comment on. We demand the immediate release of the detainees to proper living conditions in a hotel and pending the completion of the so-called investigation within a maximum of 48 hours. To release our people. There's something else I wanted to read here that is really important. The lawyer said something that I'm going to read. So they are saying that the arrest was made while the passengers were on board, issuing a SOS message to the airport authorities, and no charges have been made against anyone. So they are detaining them illegally. Remember? They are detaining these people illegally. Our constitution says you are not supposed to hold anyone more than 48 hours in a detention. So now how many days has it been? Mulela pida. Mulenya mulela pida by UPND. You are preach law of rule of law. Ni mwa chita preach rule of law by UPND. Mambo chita nomba violate ama international laws. Eh? Let me read one more thing that I want to read. Okay, I can't find it, but in this letter, if you read it, they are talking about inhumane conditions in the prisons, in the detention, in the cell where these people are being kept. The conditions are inhumane, like there is not enough food, sanitation, sleeping, and whatever. It's very uncomfortable. In short, it's inhumane. Tatula andapano. Mwamo na nomba. Mulenya mulela pila. Okay, abena ama Egyptians nanguna bakwa temilandu. You cannot subject them to inhumane conditions wherever you are detaining them. We always talk on here tulalanda nyonse. Ama toilet muma cells yomo musunga abantu ama detainees tamwabe efimbusu. People go to relieve themselves in buckets. Tete tulanda. You abuse mwadiomo pola ba you don't mulenya mulela pida. Because you came with a promise of change. Ba you don't imwe. You came with a promise of change. Nomba, the whole world is seeing what kind of rule of law mwakwata. Because you keeping those Egyptians illegally for more than 48 hours with a crime, without charging them with a crime, you are violating our own constitution, and you are also violating international laws. But you don't. You 2 years in office. Mwamone fa mwambo kusebana. Ala mulesebana. Nelo nomba. Ukusebana kwenu has gone global. Tulamieba, especially police brutality, I've been preaching here. God is my witness. Hello, God is vindicating me. Hallelujah, amen. Lesa kumuloko ava. Tulalanda panobonse. We have been talking, we have been crying. But God is answering our prayer. And the way God answers prayer is exposing those things to a point where now they can't hide anywhere. So the brutality of the Zambia police and the poor conditions in these detention centers in Zambia police have been now exposed to the world. Abantu kulanyela muma bucket sure. If yakudya takuli if yakudya no but am I Egyptians valia ule balisha ni nani because tabakwete ba blulu Zambia. When you arrest Zambians, relatives are the one who take food to the police cells. But when you arrest a foreign national who has no family in Zambia, where are they going to get the food to eat? Baladi enshi. Baladi enshi abantu efo tulelanda ko bati munachusha abantu mu police munomba muhamba kuchusha abantu ama foreigners and the word is out there. So now it's up to all well-meaning Zambians to condemn all this. We are not here to talk about the bad things of the past. Whomever was traveling, going somewhere, looking backward, never arrived. Zambia number, we want a better Zambia for Zambians. So let's talk progressiveness. Our reference point must be progressive advanced nations. We cannot be referring to our past failures. But praising him, shame on you. Always PF wale tension. So what? That's why PF is out. Because PF couldn't meet the bar. The standard of life Zambia wants now, it has to be a global standard. Everything has to be global standard, you know. From the food we eat, our hospitals, our accommodation, our police must be global standard. People must have a bed, clean water, sanitation, and food. It's a human right violation. It is a human right violation denying food to a detainee. Mwaliberesha okula chusha ma Zambian nomba mwasebana mwatana ma Egyptian if yakulia mwayana viral mu Champions League mulesebana mu Champions League mwasebana mulesebana na musebana. So let me move on. Now, this letter by the French lawyer, I wanted to talk about this letter about by the French lawyer, just to show you that Zambia na museba ne chalo chonse the whole world na museba na you have police brutality, you are inhumane, your police detention centers are inhumane mwaseba na tulalanda kwema Zambianzi muletu shatapula. Mwasebana abantu muma police cells kuti balenyera muma bucket. Honestly, here we are not talking about whether they are Egyptian or whatever. Me, I am just saying that these Egyptians, their lawyer has exposed what they are going through in our Zambian detention centers. But we as Zambians have always been talking about it, denying food and deplorable, inhumane conditions in our detention centers. We have always been talking, but we are just considered as noisemakers. But I'm just here to say there is a standard. It's quite by human rights. Human rights ukubomba. Ndamyeba Jonse na chukwa ba Human Rights Commission kulusa kudia nishi bachita bafola fie mpia shafri balenda mfa mfimyotoka na kuikala mma office kulanu amati. Yes, this is what they are supposed to be doing, going to all detention centers and making sure the prisoners are comfortable, making sure nobody is detained more than 48 hours without being charged. Yes, so we move on. My last topic is the big one. The one involving Kalaba. That is my last topic. I see you, Queen Cobra. Mwanawandi. Let's keep fighting for a better Zambia. Zain, I see you. Thank you for watching. 1.chani, over 1,000 people watching. This is big, guys. If you are not patriotic, get off my page. This is not a page for people who are brain dead, who come to insult. No. Tamaka kwani shenga baminta kukoti mkulondola mkaya mkutukane nse. Laka mikaka mkoti. That is contempt. So let us just grow up and speak using logic. Chapwa. If you can't use your logic or if you can't analyze issues, it's better you are quiet. Because come the day that you'll be taken to court to answer your vulgarity, ngawaya tukana ba judge bakakulonga. Munamwine mukoti kabiri, we are a country of rule of law. Baka milonga mwebambi. So just zip it up, because Facebook is a permanent record. Tukesa miloba 2026 wonse ku miloba mweba nseda apa in Southeasts. Tuka miloba elo ngatwakutwala in front of the judge. Wa mkutukana popeni contempt wakulonga. Yes, you need to have some respect and learn to use your brain wisely like a normal human being. So let us go to the next topic here about Kalaba. And I want to play the video where the so-called journalist was crying after he said what he had to say. Then he started crying. So I'm going to play the video of the Zimbabwean journalist, and then I'll pass my comments. Yes, so hold on. Like any fire video, nachimona pa page paliba mal sampa. Ala mule nyamule la pida. Fidaba at fimbo poke, ule poka ni nani? Vale poka kunsoni ni bena. Okay, fema Zambians tule poka kunsala. Ama Zambians vale poka kunsala. Nomba bena vala poka kunsoni. Banyu don. Mwala poka kunsoni. Just hold on, guys. I'm going to play this video.
The Zambia government, if he wants, and to apologize to the Zimbabwean people.
Okay, let me start. So this is the Zimbabwean journalist. Just listen to what he said.
All our African countries. Yeah, I promised him a fake iPhone 15, golden iPhone 15 that doesn't exist.
Why would
Why would he?
Agree for you to promise him an iPhone?
Listen to me. You will see it on video. You will see all of it on video. Simba Chikanza. Chikanza, that's right. Yeah.
So after promising him.
Yeah, I've been after promising him, I got some officers, plus 44 7411 343 574. So you see what I did was, I spent 7 years investigating the mafia since 2015. This is perhaps the longest story in African history to investigate. 7 years. And then Al Jazeera engaged me contractually in 2019. And then we worked on it. I also run a news company, right? So we worked on it for over 4 years, filming these criminals, talking to them, interacting with them for over 4 years until you saw that coming out. And then what he then did, Kalaba, then he received instructions from Hubert Angel. You know Hubert Angel, that fake prophet, to film himself on video. Right? And then announce statements as if he is representing the views of the Zambia government during his tenure. And then he abused the Zambia government logo. And with that, he was claiming that the disclosures in that documentary are fake.
That's where he was saying.
Yes. So he used his profile to do that. And he abused the Zambia government logo.
You see, I just make sure.
And so right now, my brother, the officers are coming anytime. I've got some C5 officers that I work with. So I just wanted to say that, gents, right? Myself, if something happens to me, listen to me. At least I've helped to expose a crime.
Yeah.
I've said, some people have said to me, they said to me, oh, you can't, this.
That's the ethics of journalism.
They say to me, the thing is, Africans were so coward, right? We are so afraid of these criminals. My brother, our governments in Africa are being run by criminals because we're not confronting them. And someone tells me I'll be killed in Zambia. Okay, go on then. I didn't choose to live. Okay? So I do not care how many guns you have. Yeah? Only the person who brought me to this world can kill me. No, but that's what these people are saying. Oh, Zambia is not safe and all that nonsense. Listen to me. Kenneth Kaunda used to host here camps, okay? Military camps for Zimbabwean freedom fighters. And the new generation of Zambians are not the level of Kenneth Kaunda. They can't stand to criminality. I go around, people tell me, oh, go and publish the story away from the UK. Why not here? Do you realize I also contributed to the freedom that you guys are putting? Myself personally, during the Lunga days, I did it while I was in the UK. You may not have been following. And someone is telling me that I'm not safe in this country. If I'm not safe, then let them come with their guns. And let's see who dies first. I know the Creator protects me, but should I die, listen to me, I will die after exposing this criminality. My people in Zimbabwe right now, 15 million people, are voting today.
You say the police officers are coming. They'll be here soon.
Yeah, I've given Kalaba an opportunity to go and apologize to the Zambian government whose logo he abused. By the way, it is criminal what he did. It's actually a crime. And Zimbabweans, I just want to assure you that I'm actually working with some very, very senior police officers, not small officers, here in Zambia. You may have been listening to the speech by President Hichilema. You may have been listening to the speech by President Hichilema on Saturday. You will understand this is partly what he was talking about. This is the crime. Because I disclosed to them, I showed them, look, this criminal abused, this man who is your former foreign affairs minister, abused your logo so that he could divert, he could subvert an investigation. The program is not just a documentary. That thing is an investigation that has got auditors, including Ernst & Young, who worked on it diligently. That is arguably the longest African story on African crime ever in history. And someone uses the Zambian government logo to make false statements.
Okay, guys. I hope you picked one or two things from the journalist. Anyway, so what is my take on this whole Kalaba thing? Firstly, I would like to say, Harry Kalaba is an honorable member, accomplished politician and former representative of the Zambian government in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And, we give him the respect for holding that office and representing Zambia. So that's one thing. But now, and all the crimes that are connected to Kalaba, if there are any, I want to say here that Zambians, we are a sovereign nation. Zambia is not a banana republic. Zambians, we shall not try people on social media. Zambians, we are not going to stoop so low to operate a country as a kangaroo court. Kalaba, if Honorable Kalaba committed crimes, it is not in the place for this journalist to go live and expose, set Kalaba up and then pounce on him to film a video in an electronic shop. So for me, my take is this journalist from Zimbabwe, I think he's out of bound, he's out of line. That's all I can say. One, he's not a Zambian. Two, who cleared him to come in Zambian soil and start interviewing our honorable member of society and our political scene? If he's an investigative journalist, why was he not accompanied with law enforcement? You know, if he's saying that he has been working for this case for so many years, why he said that he's working with the Zambia police and senior government officials, why did not they accompany him to confront or to arrest Kalaba? This is where I laugh. I'm like, this is the biggest joke. Honestly, this whole Zimbabwean thing, even if Kalaba has got pending charges, even if I'm not trying to run away from the fact that there are there are charges which Kalaba should be answerable to. I don't know. I don't follow that case now. Even if Kalaba has got answerable charges, kuchu muntu ai mafia na camera afuma ku Zimbabwe. Umuntu aikutasaza, aikutobwa ali from Zimbabwe, crossing a border. I am kuchita nani? I am kuchita tricky Kalaba. Mu electronic store, and then from there, Kalaba is a criminal, he should apologize. Who are you? Who is this Zambian journalist to tell Kalaba to apologize? It is in fact a crime for him to start meddling in international affairs. I'm not defending a thief. We need law and order in this country. That law and order in this country. Iwa kuchuwa imafia ku Zimbabwe amukuchita film ulia enjo ulia wamuchita mustolo muenjo tabakukakile. Kuchuwa ima iwa pumulo wa ya ku Zimbabwe amukuchita film ulia wine enjo ulia wamuchita trick wa kumana na nkwe mustolo wa amukuchita humiliate filefi wa chitile Kalaba in Zimbabwe. Do you think the Zimbabweans will let you go? Hell no. That's why they're at Zambia Tulangala, we are full of games. And these games have to stop. If Kalaba has a case, we have a courts of law. We are not going to try people on kangaroo courts on social media to kill a story which has more importance, which is already in the legal courts. There is a story which we all need to pay attention. Here, Johnny my sausage. That is the story we should all be following. So from nowhere, uyu afuma fyoko, aikutasaza, aisa mkuchita tricky Kalaba, pakuchi achite kill story ile chitike ikalamba, to divert attention of Zambians. This man, whomever he is, a journalist, if he has proof, the Interpol should be involved. And the parape naikete Kalaba, during the bus wa police nga mwalisa. Munatamba ma movies monse mwele shiba nga kwa drug bust. Olo muntu nga ba mkonkana kwa tomlandu. Ama journalist bala ba kuntanshi. Panono baka pokola ba sokoloka. No mbalenda fiarina ndafe baka pokola tabalefika. We are not going to allow Zambia to be treated like a banana republic. If ya upuba fieka. You in a lawyer, you in a journalist, palasi amba no kulira. What kind of journalist yewe journalist walisambirira? Ngama journalist badi aba ya kunkondo kulia kuma Iraq kwa Afghanistan. We have seen journalists who are in a frontline fire. If you ma rocket file ba pita pa mutwe, bali mudia bali chita film. No mbo you are shopping mall na iPhone alira palast. What kind of journal? Ama Zambian tulangala sana. Ati ni journalist amba no kulira. What journalist cries? You tell me. Journalist alelanda pa scandal amba no kulira palast. Is that a real journalist? Nemwema Zambia mwasamwa? Ba praise mwasamwa. At Kalaba has been busted. You know? Kalaba had every reason to trust the guy because they had built a relationship. It's not just, I'm to minefe phone at Kalaba. Let us meet here. Kalaba na waima. No. There was a relationship going on between the two. Ba journalist ukwamba okulira mwebe na Zambia. Ukwamba okulira ba journalist ukulira na nomba bali ama journalist ababa kudya kuma front line kulya kuyuke rain kulya polo shile pita pa muntu mulaba mona po balira. It's crazy, guys. For me, if Kalaba has got cases to answer, take him to the rule of law. But President Valilanda, this Zambia is a country of rule of law. Techuime fenachi camera, why kuta tricky umuntu. From there, we am former Minister of Foreign Affairs, and he must apologize to the Zambian people. That is a kangaroo court. Who is he? What proof does he have that Kalaba did all that? Mutanikeni mwale babachita umuntu bamumona fyo umuntu atishani stone the person. We are not going to allow lawlessness. And whoever, I think this is another question which I beg is like, is this journalist really professional or he was paid to stage that? It was a staged reaction, a staged broadcast, a stage whatever to kill the story. The current story, HTK John Massausage Airport, where the State House aides are involved. But we are going to follow these stories because Kalaba is running for the office of a president and we must check him out. We don't want any corrupt people or people who have got cases of corruption lingering over their heads to come back and rule Zambia, who have this same problem. So we have to follow Kesi Kalaba. If it is still in court, let's follow it legally. And then we have to follow Skatia gold scam here, John Massausage Naena. Bafuile will be here, we'll be talking about that case. We are waiting for them to respond for the letter from Makebi Zulu. Yes. If you're taking sides up, Imamema praise singer, you don't want people to have independent minds and opinions. Mufaya wonse, tule, amen, lumbani mandoda. You want us to be cheering if it's red, even if you know it's red, if you say it's black, we cheer. Mkwai. Ingani God na ikata, bamyewa tawe te God. Nikopa na zinki bapendele kofie mwambo kulumba mkwai. Yes. Ba praise singer Ruenu Fienu ifyo. But Zambians have woken up. And this whole Kalaba thing is a stunt. It was staged. I am not belittling the fact that Kalaba could have some cases. But I am not protecting Kalaba. I'm saying Zambia is not a kangaroo court or a banana republic. Mwakulabula fi abantu nombalenda mumusebwa tuyanikabola la mutadikeni mwamba okumutobama bwe omuntu afwa. Efye tulekana. There is a rule of law in Zambia. If Kalaba has a case to answer, that journalist should have taken the evidence and opened the docket if the law allows him and take Kalaba to court. Not Filefio Achitile. Filefio Achitile, he was greased or something to create drama so that you have people now, Mwarimona, the whole internet now is talking about Kalaba. When we should be talking about John Massausage scandal, where there are aides who are involved. There are presidential aides who are involved in that scandal and they have not been jointly charged. Kasanda, Shadrick, Kasanda na Musenda Eka as a sacrificial lamb. Just because he's a businessman, he's a gold businessman for sure, doing business. And these people from the state house, aides, they use him to do business with him. So para business ya lula bena banyantswa po bana nakuma trip. Bana kuma tripu ku Angola. Elo ba president bamba nokulala and that the rule of law will be followed. Yes. I actually commend you by President Hakainde Hichilema for saying the rule of law must be enforced. Yes. Whoever has their hands in the pudding, the law will deal with you. But President Valilanda, you are on your own. So, but President, if you haven't told the President you are the person who is involved, go and tell him. But there will be no protection. Even if they protect you today. John Massausage scandal in Shadrick. If the law protects you today because your government is ruling, 2026, you come mukabutuka ngenswa because the law will come after you. Yes. So, if you Zambians stay alert, and all well-meaning Africans, all well-meaning African patriotic Zambians, it's time to stand up and demand for the right thing. We need Zambian National Service to be mining these minerals, or we need to create a mineral reserve as food reserve association, Zambia Mineral Reserve, so that all these minerals can be mined and all the wealth shared equally. We can't be having a situation, generation after generation, our wealth is only being enjoyed by foreigners and politicians. That's why politicians want to get in power. Being a politician is a service. Now in Africa, people want to get in politics to get rich. No. To be a politician is service. You go and serve people. But in Africa, politicians, they want to get in politics so they can be having deals. I am a gold. Mule ya imu abantu bale chula shuwa imi chitamwama mufipatala. Mule chishama gold. Shame on you. And we'll be here, we'll be talking. We'll be here. Me, I am talking for the poor Zambians who cannot afford bacon and sausage for breakfast. Who cannot afford to even buy wunga 300 kwacha. That's who I'm talking for. Iwenga now ikuta. I am not here to talk for you. And you are lost. This is not a page for you to be here. So I'm done, guys. I'll just read your comments and then I'll be gone. By Wilson Chanda, me, I have never changed my colors. I am talking for the people. The people of Zambia need to be taken out of poverty. Chapwa. That is the goal. And we need to find leaders who are patriotic enough not to go there, go in government with dollar sign movements. So I mean, so yalebe kafyama dollars like oko wala pange mpia ni quiz. Zambian youth, fellow Zambians, let us unite and stand on the truth. Let us be patriotic and take Zambians out of poverty. We can't be having our ancestors were into slavery, and then now our leaders, they are selling our country. Your grandchildren, my grandchildren, abana benu n'abana babana benu bakasanga Zambia yonse badishitisha imwe. Ela bakasanga efirindi. Perhaps Zambia will implode because if gold wale tunta, cobalt wale tunta, wale senda fe mu masaka nomba. Efile chitika. Ama minerals ati wale longa fe mu masaka pa ma track na ponga wale tola ku China katwish. This is not your page. 2 people are allowed on this page. People who care for the vulnerable, for the poor, for the less privileged. If you have a heart for the poor, vulnerable, less privileged, I don't care what your affiliation is. You are welcome here because we are fighting a common cause of poverty. I'm not here to fight for PF or UPND. But I'm here to expose the truth and to expose injustice. Chapwa. Whether Utukanen's prostitution is the oldest career on earth. Well, there's nothing wrong with being a prostitute. Chao Karipashan, do I use your private part? If you're calling me a prostitute, hi, Yanik.
Hi, Mama. I've been trying to get on the program for 1.5 hours.
Oh my God! Now the floor is yours. You can get on.
So continue, Mama.
I've said all I have to say.
Continue, Mama. I hear you are now answering to the foolish people who are passing silly comments onto the program.
I know. I'm like, you know what? If I'm a prostitute, that's my problem. Why should it be a problem? They're not prostitutes. Their customers are men. So it's a circle. Yeah, well, it's a full circle, right?
Yeah, I want.
So if you call me a prostitute, my customers are men. So
yeah,
but not complete circle. So what is there to talk about? Bring something else.
Don't worry about them. They should be worried about whatever she promised the Zambian people.
Exactly.
Nothing to Alanda Timwaberesha Tantameni. You know, I've always said we are your whistleblowers. We mean well. You know, we don't want you to glorify us. We are telling the Zambians the truth. We are telling the Zambians what's on the ground. And so they should actually thank us for opening their eyes. You have talked about Egyptian prisoners that have not been released on bail. Mama, just move a bit backwards. I can only see your head, the top of your head. Yeah, that's better. That's better. First of all, congratulations, Mama Pomulo. Today you've reached 1.3K.
1.5.
1.5, I should say. Really, congratulations, congratulations. Now you understand, Mama Pomulo, why I've always said we need investigative journalists in this country. Because all the happenings that are going on in this country, we are learning about it from social media. We are learning about it just from people telling us what is going on. But if we had real journalists to go around and find out the truth, I'm sure we'll come here well informed to tell the public about what is going on. But as usual, the Zambians, we are not patriotic. Someone who's telling you the truth, instead of you being patriotic, you start insulting. Huh? Katwishi ngaba piene and patriotism from where she promised, who's never patriotic even when he goes out of the country. He goes out of the country to bash his own country. Instead of going to speak good about his own country, he goes to bash his own country. And so, frankly speaking, I sympathize with these prisoners who are still in prison and who have not been given bail. And that is the usual case. Mwikele fyokulaika ama opposition opponents. That's all you are doing. Instead of focusing on the great needs of the Zambian people that they are crying for. They are busy complaining about the price of mini meal every day, creating songs about the price of mini meal, but you know, you are the people that we need to be patriotic. And you are telling the nation the truth. And we hope you see what I mean? Things are going up, but they keep praising silly things. They keep praising silly things. And that is why the other day I was laughing at Simon Mwewa. I laughed at him, Mama Pumulo, because he's the #1 cadre, #1 praise singer of UPND. What has changed today? He used to call his friends the notorious patriotic front. The people who went to attack him the other day, he should call them the notoric UPND fans. And then he starts crying, pa program. But you keep fighting women. So he needs to check himself and say, what type of a person am I who keeps attacking women? He himself is married to one. He's married to a woman. And so he should, you know, he should try and do a self-check on himself. Cadres are there. I always say cadres exist in every party, but it's to what length the cadres will go. When you look at the PF cadres, they went to another degree of cadreism. And people thought the UPND would not have cadres. My dear brothers and sisters, cadres are there. If not worse, you just wait. Before the elections, the UPND cadres will show you what type of people they are. Huh? But probably they won't show you to that level because now they are going hungry as it is. They are sleeping on empty stomachs. They are failing to send their children to school even if there is free education. How can you study on an empty stomach? It's impossible. Even the rejoicing of meal allowances. You eat while you're at university, but those universities have breaks where you still have to go back. So you think you will be happy to see your relatives sleeping on empty stomachs, but when you go back to university, you go and sleep on a full stomach? I don't think you will be happy. It should be balanced. And that is what we are fighting for. Not always trying to arrest the opposition. Opposition who are under coffee, vaikata. Who are under coffee, vaikata. Huh? I was watching the other day, Honorable Given Lubinda, who went to the IG's office and he was made to meet with the deputy IG over a permit or a notification to hold a rally wherever they are supposed to hold a rally. I am told they have refused them to hold a rally for security reasons. What security reasons? Huh? Because Bashi promised when he lost elections 6 times, the next week he was up and running, having his rallies. Yes, he was denied access to 2 or 3 places. But you mean to tell me, Mama Pomulo, in 6 years, Bashi promised didn't have his rallies? He had his rallies. No one can come here and tell me that he was not campaigning. Yes, know 2 or 3 places where he was denied entry. One of them is the Chipata airport. But he was not picked up left, right, and center on flimsy grounds. No, that didn't happen. Huh? He was picked up once and put in there for a grave offense, which did not amount to treason. I refuse to say that was treason. No, but that was just disrespect of a head of state. He himself refused to acknowledge his friend as a president, but he wants the people that do not agree with him to still recognize him as a president. Do unto others what you would like them to do unto you when you ascend to that level of leadership. That's what is called good leadership, you know. But all the things that he was admiring his friends and saying they were bad things are exactly the same things he is doing. Because Mama Pumulo, how many times have we talked about, you know, the same restructuring of the debt? We shouldn't even be discussing restructuring of the debt. Zambia is very rich. We are a very, very rich country. That debt is something that we can just quash off even in a matter of a year. I think so, Mama Pumulo. I don't know what you think, but honestly, you are busy shielding Wakabwalala. We have talked here, we have tried to open your ear, open your eyes and say things are going wrong in certain places. We've talked about Liswaniso, but the local Liswaniso is even able to buy a Mercedes-Benz for a second wife. Huh? Something he could not even afford to buy a bicycle. Liswaniso couldn't even buy an ox cart. But today he's buying a Benz. Where is the money coming from? Isn't that proceeds of crime? Nowadays, it's illegal to be rich in Zambia. Kashinga wakwata kofi na $1 million in your account. It is called proceeds of crime. People have been put in those banks to watch people's accounts, how money is going in. And they are now the whistleblowers. Huh? You come on the throne to start closing companies that have employed thousands of people, making those people jobless, making their families now go hungry, making their families not having food to take with them to school, even if you give free education. Namuli kaunda free education emoyadi. Mama Pumulo, were you paying school when you were young? Because I never paid school fees when I was young. I had free education, but I went to school on a full stomach. I never went to school hungry because my father could afford to put food on the table, regardless of the fact that we were many in the home. And you know, Mama Pumulo, in African homes, how you live. Huh? 20 in a 2-roomed house, but our parents could afford to feed all the 20 of us. Nowadays, when somebody is coming from the village, they have to give enough notice, because where they are going, they will be told, how many days have you come to stay in here? Because we do not have the resources to feed you. It's now different. Things are different. How are they managing? But now life has been made so unbearable for us, so unbearable. Everything we do, you have to watch. You have to watch. Napakufumapanga, you will think twice. Even going out for business, you will think twice. Nalaenda shan. Ukondea bushena rapanga koka something so that I can come home and feed my children. Or will I finish the little fuel that I have in my car and come back home with nothing? Naba nabale impusha twaladie instanshi. Wishile panga nda minwe. Huh? Kashi disa Muzambia. Ukubomba no kwatenda lama. Mutweve. Why it is Nawaki is on record, Mama Pumulo. Iyo Intercontinental, it was undervalued. Huh? It was undervalued, Intercontinental, greatly undervalued. Huh? Then who comes back and say, yes, I undervalued because Munali Kugona, you were sleeping. What a shame. You were sleeping. And you yourself, you cannot declare interest, or you cannot fight for your own country and say, hey, this price I'm putting for this asset is too low for these the Western countries. So let me make sure I get the maximum for this country. But you undervalue and you tell your friend at Munali Kugona. Is that the answer you can give someone? At Munali Kugona.
And now Bale and the John Ma sausage was overpriced.
Imagine.
The same thing.
Honestly, John Ma sausage was overpriced. What did we talk about the Ndola Kitwe Road? What did we talk about here? Huh? Why were they getting money from NAPSA? Why were people like the Kasilis involved in the building of that road? All that we asked questions. All of us vloggers here asked questions. Yes, Mama.
Let me just play this. You have talked a little bit about the PF rally, which has been banned. So I want to play something which is trending. And then I just want to say that Zambians, according to the constitution, Zambian, we have the right for peaceful assembly. Human rights number 20 in the Human Rights Commission, Human Rights Declaration number 20. I don't know what number it is in the Zambian constitution. Zambians, we have the right to peaceful assembly. Bela tutinya. But PF, stand your ground and go and assemble. Who is Kapokola to stop the constitution? Eh? The police can just be there to maintain law and order. That's why the police should be there. They should make sure everybody who's there is not armed and make sure everybody is peaceful. They have no right to deny people of peaceful assembly. They are denying even when there was a small party, actually you can't have a peaceful protest. A small party when the EFF. So what kind of Zambia do you want to rule? But I want to play this from Cornelius Mwetwa. Listen.
For me, I'm very happy to indicate here that I'm part of the people sponsoring this unit in PF. There's nothing to hide. I am part of those people. I agree.
So that is the Cornelius Mwetwa saying that he is part of the people sponsoring disunity in PF party. So, this is a criminal offense. For you to sponsor disunity, this man should be reported to the police and then investigation should start. To what kind of disunity is sponsoring? Because he's interfering in the process of democracy. So what does it mean that this new Dawn government wants to turn Zambia into a one-party state? It is nonsense. Zambians, you should rise up. PF is the biggest opposition in Zambia. If this new Dawn succeeds to shut down PF, then we are finished as a country.
Mama Pumulova Samsoni is just scared of competition. But Samsoni knows that now Faula. Apa kuluna po. We don't know how many, even our 10 fingers cannot even count what Samson has done. Huh? No, they have nothing to talk about. They cannot even contradict to what we are saying. If mafia mukanwa.
Insane.
Instead, Mamukanwa, they forget that they were born from a woman. What a shame, what a shame. Kanshi ututu inotule tukana, ba efya tuakulire. Tuare tukana ba fiashi babo. Kanshi tuakulire fye nensere, na waiche, banyina na ba wishibare tusambirisha fiensere. What a shame. Huh?
Twalitipwa. Umuntu tukana omwana kashi. Also, even a 5-year-old child, respect that 5-year-old child. Even a baby girl, so is my princess, my queen. Because that will be a man of a president one day. People are going to do to that woman.
If you consider yourselves men or women of value here, join the program. Come and give us good contradictory messages on this program. Tell us where we go wrong. But where we go wrong is we can't compete with you, Nensede. We can't. We do not have PhDs the way you have PhDs, Munsede. Now let's get on with the program. Tutuwelewele tutule tupushi shafiensala. Ishta. Tuwelewele. Huh? Elonga mwatu wewe ifishinka tuambo kusemuka pantu natu ishibati tuletu wewe ifishinka people have spoken here in this country. I don't know how many vloggers have spoken who allowed those planes to land in this country. Tamure asuka wikereze todo. Huh? You take these questions to parliament. Now Uria Kada, that biggest Kada in parliament, now will not know what to answer the Zambian parliamentarians. Instead, they want to behave like bullies and tell you sit down.
Anik, so in the one contraband ni imbi. I'm a journalist.
Exactly. Journalists. I doubt if they even finished the school of journalism.
They are not questioning that.
Mama Pomulo, journalism is a profession that I respect very much. But now you are finding utuma journalists, utuma comedians. In our days, you can't find can you imagine Frank Mutubila being a comedian? Huh?
Frank Mutubila.
Oh, yes. Or Leonard Kantumoyo. Mama. Or Leonard Kantumoyo. Or Mario. Becoming a comedian. Can you believe that? So they have brought the profession of journalism down to wele feturia. Okay, when they went to go and
don't go over there because you'll be arrested. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Are you serious? And then
exactly.
If they treat you like that, you are supposed to stand up to them.
That's why I'm saying the journalism in Zambia has gone to the puppets. I'm sorry to say this. You know, it's a profession that has
mad sausages.
I've got imagine Maureen Kandu being a comedian. Can you believe this? I mean,
I saw Maureen Kandu. She's there for bricks. She's covering that.
Yeah. And then tomorrow you hear Nika comedian or Nika master of ceremony. What a shame. Respect your professions. Unless you didn't go to the school of journalism and attend a degree. Unless you went there to get a certificate and then afterwards you start calling yourself a journalist. Akagulana sense. Huh? These are the people who are bringing other journalists of high caliber to the ground. They are lowering the profession of journalism. Kaletu alikwete ama journalists to reckon with. You've seen how Samson respects, how he respects Frank Mutubira. He respects him because he's a seasoned journalist. Now, whatever Frank Mutubira, why mukuba ba comedian pa TV, why starano tuma clip utu abupubanato. Yonse ninsala, tuma kadas tu abo tu dia ninsale ilele ngati wale tefia wele. Huh? But when we talk, you have nothing to rebut with apart from insults.
Twali sevana Zambia. Africa twali sevana. At Africa, anything can happen. We have to move to Greece.
I've said it. Mama Pumulo.
Yes.
I've said it before. Umusungo ala ndiriati. It's very, very easy to negotiate with an African because an African is corrupt. An African is corrupt. Mumo nefile chitika munomu ine Zambia. An African is corrupt. Kanshi enanga wampera kofe kanchekeleko. Nishine chalo ashtishe chalo. Huh?
For me, I am here. Why I host this page is to change the status quo, to change the narrative, to speak to young people. Change the narrative of Africa.
Mama Pumulo, I have told you several times, the youth, kwena, the youth, ama youth abengabo tukwete. Ma youth abashakwata mano, niwasakala nyongo, na ngumulande shani, evale chula mama streets. But yes, kima shori fela. Tulega panda kwa mano that you know, go and apply for CDF uko, mwambe business. But vale for afyokula imina muma tauni, wo, vale nono chujiri. You know?
You know what? Because when our politicians, we call them baby boomers. Anyone brought our muma late 50s, no kuya pamulu.
Yeah, they are being marginal.
And most of them, my baby boomers, dollars.
They are being marginalized, and yet they cannot see that they are being marginalized.
They have no self-respect. If I'm your mother here, any wear big boys' panties. If I'm Americans, it's not an insult. It just means wear big boys' panties. Zambian youth, wear big boys' panties and big girls' panties and stand up to these people stealing and looting your country from under your nose. West Africa. You are not different from the generation in West Africa. But West African children, they are standing up, some of them violently, some of them in a peaceful manner, but they have not killed anyone. They are just saying enough is enough. So Zambian youth should reach that point. That is my prayer. Even if now, if I drop dead today, my voice will remain to say Zambian youth, from these dollars and make a Zambia mining, Zambia Minerals Reserve or ZNS, consolidate all the minerals. Mama
Pumulo, at where were we when PF was running down the country?
This is the question
Weren't
that
you on
I
the
always
program?
answer, Mama. To say we
Huh?
are looking backward. If we are going forward,
Yeah.
we are going forward. PF run down the country, and
okay.
PF, they have lived to learn. They have learned from their mistakes.
Okay, let me answer you. Where were we when PF was running down the country? You mean Fred Joe is uplifting the country? Fred Joe, chalo, muikere tondolo. You have eyes, yet you cannot see. Ears, yet you cannot listen. If you're Mulan, if to me you just want if you have wele. Open your eyes. Where are your eyes? Even this same one, deal. We are saying it's very easy to negotiate with an African. That's why we are here to talk. Huh? Where were we? Where were you? What did you do about it? At least we are doing something about it. Huh? Fred Joe. We can where were you? Huh? They're making it so difficult.
Where were you? Some of them what did you where we all in there with you go? Let's go looking forward.
Yeah.
I know we are going forward. Let's build Zambia.
Elo ababe nabanje bati go farm na inenda semuka pantulefu anje mkushita farm pe farm ya kwa wiso. Number 1. Number 2, Samson o ule tasha alestisha fertilizer palishinga. Ha? Mukantri muri chipowe fio ili palishinga. Elo wiso akansuminishe inkese ikalapa famu yako inkese mukuchita famu ai efe tulebeba. Huh? And you see ababe nabe pusha ama questions aya bupuba yeka. Nowadays you find grade 7 someone who's in grade 7, but their level of understanding is that of a nursery school child.
Classroom over 800. Yes. Quality of education.
Yes, quality of education. Today, you know, today you can't have a constructive discussion, even with a Form 5 student. First of all, nechisungu tabai shiba. Even just the happenings of the country tabai shiba. They know nothing. Fieka. And then you want to come and say, no, at least there's free education. Free things like free education come with a price. This is the price that you are paying. Zambia doesn't want free things.
Rubbish education. Free education, 1 year, 2 hours, no extra
we Zambians, we don't want free things because we are a very rich country. We should not be beggars. You understand? We should be the biggest exporters, African countries, to the same Europeans and the West. We should be the biggest exporters. Those people there should find it very difficult to negotiate prices with us. But alas, we keep promoting leaders. Abalesa mkutu zembaika, zidabalefu ayama vote. Na imwemu asumina. Umuntu aisa miewa ataubisoni na 10 o'clock. By 14 hours, you will see the price of the dollar. Mailo mukamono mtengo wabunga efyo ukabana imwemu asumina. Yeah. I told you that you laughed at Maria seka umunenu lungu ifipato mwa museka. Ienu mukwaini mbila ya bulanda. Ika bechidilo. Tamu akafume mugomena mu stadium mulya mukalala mu stadium pantu kukabe ekirilo. That's what it will be. Huh? Seka ila leta liralira efyo yaba. So watch this space ndemyeba. Abantu bale mipanda kwa amano imwe mule mona mo ifya bupuba fyeka. Open your eyes, Zambians. Huh? Demand for your rights. Mumupatala tamu abomuti. Huh? Ama skulu na mufula. Kapa inefe mule sambidiramo. Ama teachers abo wale ungwa fye muma rural province wale ungwa fye. Kapa inefe wale chita. And you just want to clap for the rhetoric. 2 years now, Mama Pumulo, we are still clapping for rhetoric examples, rhetoric achievements. CDF, 30,000 teachers, 30,000 doctors. Huh?
You are saying
the death rate in Zambia has gone high now because of non-availability of equipment working in these hospitals. Nowadays, you go to a private hospital. My MRI machine, my government hospitals. You just go to a private hospital. That's where they can go and diagnose you, and you have an MRI scan done. Huh? They don't work.
and UTH at Fiag for summer see where for Sakuma UTH you call there is no running water. Hello Campo, Shadi Campo,
Yo, Mama Pumulo, mu UTH tamawa na ma bed sheet, ngama bed sheet. Imwemweba landata ma sheet bed. Tamawa na ma sheet bed. If you muyeta, ama bed sheet takwaba. Kale kuliba kaunda we had all this, you could get a blanket. No mama patients bafimba if kwembe. If you bafimba. Walimona ku UTH now you even have people now selling ifitumbua mufipatala. The kitchens are not working anymore. Huh?
People go to the hospitals beans. Patients. They go to the Patarakuma dumpsters.
Nashi hospitals have been turned into trading areas. Where have you seen patients now buying things from traders? Pantu bamona temu di business. Abalwele basashani bafula. Kashi abalwele bafula ekuli business nomba ukuya mukushtisha ifyo bashtisha ngama sweet ngama biscuit nganimbale nganinsapato pakati pabu shiku patient nalala bamwibile fyakufwala bamwibile nsapato. That was not the case before. But nowadays Ububu Teko is even failing to pay for security in hospitals. If they are failing to give the hospitals medicine, you think they can pay for the security of the entire of that Kitwe Central Hospital, Ondola Central Hospital? Muka emu Kitwe Central Hospital, mwafula fiempanya. Afula mu. Kancho muluele nala ukubale muliefi kondo. Mwalifumona napoefyo. Patient bale muliefi kondo. Because of rats, Mama Pumulo. And you call that an achievement? Huh? I just go and farm. Kuyutie kwaliwe farmu where we can go and farm.
You know,
huh? Yeah.
It's true. I have no place in a village or a farm. So you cannot use that to some of us who were born in the cities.
Yeah.
Some children, their parents left their villages long time ago. There is a high urbanization. There is a lot of urbanization in Zambia. Many
Mama-
people left their villages.
Mama Pumulo.
Better.
Kale, fili yako nga twaisala maskulu. Vatata vale tutuma kumushi. Twaya kumushi for holidays. We would get on to UBZ. Twaya kumushi. At least kumushi kudia kutwale ladi la tute. Tute eko yadi. Na tea, na sugar, twale shta, mastoro. Muma ZCBC. Muma okay, eko yadi. No mboye mone mitengo ya sugar ndaka. Can you even manage it? Pantulero muntu kunangu wakupera 10 kwacha. Ule mwana kwatilesa na pona ukufuma kumuru. 10 kwacha fye. Eo mulelu mbanya. 10 kwacha. Eo mulelu mbanya. Ha? Ututu ino. Utuleisa pano mukutukana. Etu studio tushtama bandos ya 5 kwacha. Wakapera ko 30 minutes. Kaisa kabuata katukana. Pu, ama units yapwa. Ha?
Kutukana wangu kasemuka kwa ma units tayarapwa.
Kasemuka wangu kasemuka Mama Pumulo kafu mapo. Ala. We are talking about important things, about how you can better your life, how you can hold your government accountable. Huh? But mulevu ukafye paka chipa bushiku munguru tieni mukuvota tamwisho enefyo mulevote. Huh? Ask your leaders what they are going to do for you. The price of the dollar will come down by 14 hours. Ask how, Mr. President. Give us an explanation. Fertilizer, umutengo ukabwera. Ukabwera shani. Ask those questions. He who asks becomes more intelligent and knowledgeable. Find out how the price of fertilizer will come down. Not politicians, most politicians are full of lies. So limbina inenga na wa politician nkala mibepa fyo ubufi pantwebo mwabelera fyo ubufi. Because Zambians can easily be bought with lies. They are used to lies, Mama.
God forbid, forbid, Mama. But anyway, we can wind down. But wise man, I've been trying to argue Ilekana. Ilekana, so maybe you can follow my page and follow back. And I would like to recognize heavy hitters on the Zambian political scene, have been watching and following the program by Ken Dumbo. Thank you so much. I look up to such people like Ken Dumbo because he has a lot of people following him, you know, and those are the people we want. Those they speak the truth, you know. We need such people, youths who have the influence, lots of followers, to speak the truth. So I Ken Dumbo, thanks for following, and also Malamaseni, thanks for following, and everyone out there, we appreciate you for following.
Mama Pumulo, Aboba Ken Dumbo, thank you very much for following this program. Tatulefaya mailo tukomfuati na tumituka, because I know you are a journalist. Tulemi panda kofi amano. That learn to become investigative journalists. If you let tika mucharo cha Zambia, tafiwe meyo. Learn to start investigating what is happening in this country. Aba nenu mu South Africa, mobile got a program called Carte Blanche. Carte Blanche. You get to the bottom of what is happening so that people like me and Mama Pumulo stop speculating, so that you have the facts on your 5 fingers, Mr. Ken Dumbo. So much as you are there equally as a semi-comedian, what I urge you, Ken Dumbo, with all due respect, that guys, let's be investigative journalists. you will be doing good for your country, Zambia. I respect you a lot, Mr. Ken Dumbo. And I would like you to take heed to what we are saying. If I have offended you in any way, I did not mean to offend you. All I am saying is, instead of journalists, most journalists becoming comedians, do something that will equally bring value to your country. That is what I meant. Mukwaina Totela.
We come in respect, we come in peace. You know, people like Trevor Noah. Trevor Noah, he was very influential in the last election here at Tikekuno. But he's a comedian. So what we are here to say, Zambian journalists, Ken Dumbo, I think this is my advice, because I watched some of your clips, not everything. And I think that by Ken Dumbo right now, your career is at test. Because one, you are a Tonga. That's one very important fact that I'm not going to miss my words, and I'm going to say it. The fact.
Meaning what? Mama Pumulo, meaning what?
Meaning that he is a Tonga, but you know what is currently happening in the country. We are seeing that there is a lot of praise singers. They are affiliating and praising HH regardless of what he's doing, because he's their tribesman. So if we have people who are Tonga and just standing on the truth, it is key, it is important that Zambians can see that not every Tonga is tribal. Because right now, this is what people are saying. To say, even if a comment is made on my live, comments come at Kumona Dishina. You know, people say at Kumona Bohina. That's why Chebambira bo. So mewa andi wambaga uti. If you're a Tonga now, Mutonga, let us try to be neutral, do investigative reporting, condemn UPNB where they are wrong, and praise them where they are right. And finally, let's stand with the people, stand with the poor. Now, before I close, I wanted to talk something which the president always says about himself, that is the chief marketing officer. Our president always praises himself that he's the chief marketing officer. And I want to say this to Zambians, that we Zambians do not need a chief marketing officer. And ask me why we do not need a chief marketing officer. Because what we have in Zambia is milk and honey. It does not need any marketing. It is attracting people by itself. It's like you are baking bread. Bakery, bread. Do you need somebody to advertise your bread? This is what is happening to Zambia. The minerals of Zambia do not need a marketing officer. It needs a management officer, someone to manage our wealth, because everybody knows that what Zambia has. So why should we market what is unmarketable? If you're a beautiful bride and people know that you are single, do you need to start advertising yourself to say, hey, no, people will find you. Madam, are you single? They'll come to your family, they'll propose to you to marry you. What is beautiful does not need to market itself. What is quality does not need to market itself. We cannot market gold or silver or nickel or emerald, because those things, they are on high demand. So the president need to change his title from chief marketing officer to chief management officer. I'll be seeing this every day. From now onwards, he needs to be chief manage our resources. Manage those things.
Indeed, Mama Pumulo, because Zambia is not up for sale. Yes. Zambia te kantemba yo.
The marketing shabo. Yes, you know what? In Ngombe, there are a lot of people selling animals, so you can market your animals.
It's not everything that. It's not everything that is for sale. It's not everything that is for sale.
No,
Huh?
but Mama Nick, hear me. We are selling our minerals, yes, but we don't need to market. Our minerals are attracting customers by themselves. People should come to us and we sell to the highest bidder as a country.
Mama Pumulo, when I say it's not everything that's for sale, mailo kashitisha n'abaana bobe, mailo kashitisha n'omukashi wobe, mailo kashitisha n'omulume wobe. You understand what I mean? Huh? Not chonse echo wamona, oh, nalapangirapo ka something apa. No. It is also, I agree with you when you say it's about managing your country. It's not about always selling what is available in your country. There are certain things in our country that need to be properly managed. Like human resource, for example. We are talking about teachers. We are talking about doctors. You know, human resource needs to be properly managed. Because if you don't manage them well, that's when you find that they go astray. You understand? So who is our manager in this country? We don't have one. We only have a marketer in Zambia. We don't have a manager, Mama Pumulo. Over to you, Mama.
I'm just trying to find the definition of marketing. I'll read it and then we end there. Thank you everybody for watching. Share this page, follow, like, Twakulaba Panotulela, and we'll follow these stories as they unfold. So
you know, I've
marketing,
always said,
yeah. So the
I've always said,
definition of marketing, the activity or a business of promoting and selling products or services, including market research and advertising. Anyone working in a communications and marketing will find the guide invaluable. So it is saying here, promoting and selling, you can't promote gold. Gold is already promoted. Other buyers are there. People are just willing. You can't promote the selling of emerald. Or a couple of these things, they are on a global demand because the whole world is shifting to clean energy. The electric vehicle, the age of electric vehicles has come. That's why there is a rush. Gold and copper rush is there. So, President, there is no need for you to market what is already on high demand. What I'm asking the president to do is to take up a management role and manage our resources and share the wealth of Zambia equally. I end here.
Thank you, Mama Pumulo. My parting remarks are just one sentence. A mistake that makes you happy is better than an achievement that makes you arrogant. Thank you, viewers.
Good night, everybody. Wow, almost 800 people watching still.
Good night.
Thank you for watching. Follow this page. Be here. Today, the John Sausage Gold Mafia scandal. Yes, we will follow it. We will report.
And I would like, Mama Pumulo, I wish to reiterate to our viewers that please know that we do not take you for granted. We don't take you, our viewers, for granted. We appreciate you. This page started with a very, very small number. And we have seen this page is growing. We thank you most sincerely. We thank you most sincerely. And we will not be that mistake that will make us arrogant. This we promise you. Thank you very much for listening, and God bless you.
Thank you, guys. Post your comments. I will read. From now on, I have resolved to responding to positive comments. If you have a negative comment, you will be blocked, you will be banned, you'll be deleted. Otherwise, thank you so much. Love you guys. Zambian lives matter. Yes, together we can. We are here to make a better Zambia for all of us and become millionaires in dollars. God bless you.
God bless you. Good night.